Hi everybody, welcome to your virtual lesson for week 2 of Hybrid Plan. We are going to be reviewing today what we talked about last week, but going a little bit deeper. So last week we talked about a lot of musical symbols and we talked about what they were called. So we focused on identifying those musical symbols. This week we're going to focus more on what those symbols do. So I'm going to pull up this slideshow. It should look very familiar from last week. So we're going to go one at a time. Your assignment, let me go back just a second. Your assignment is not going to have all of these on there, but your assignment today is going to ask about 10 of these symbols, what they do. So it's not going to just show you a symbol and ask what is it like we did last week. Now it's going to show you the image and you have to tell me what it does. So this is the treble clef. And the treble clef places G above middle C on the second lowest line on the staff. You will be able to use a slideshow on your assignment today, by the way. So the treble clef is the clef that places G, this is G right here, it's circling G, above middle C, which would be down here, it's above it, on the second lowest line, 1, 2, on the staff. That's a treble clef. Then we have the bass clef, and the bass clef places F, this big dot right here, F below middle C would be above this, on the second highest line on the staff, 1, 2. It has the dot there, that is showing where F is. So for the sake of our brains, I like seeing it like this. So remember the treble clef places G right here above middle C, which means middle C would be here. And the bass clef marks F on the second highest line on the staff, right there, below middle C, which means middle C would be there. So they go together, it goes one big line. So that's treble clef and bass clef. Moving on, we have a flat. It looks like a little lowercase b. A flat lowers a note by a half step. So if you see a flat in front of a note on a staff, you would know you need to lower that note by a half step. That's a flat. A sharp raises a note by a half step. So same thing as the flat, but the opposite. If you see a sharp in front of a note, you would know you need to raise a note by a half step. That is a sharp. It looks like a hashtag. A sharp raises a note. Next, we have a fermata. It looks like a little bit of a bird's eye. And a fermata is a mark over a note or rest that indicates to hold it for an unspecified amount of time. Now, on your assignment, I have it marked as for as long as the performer wants to hold it for, because that's how long you get to hold it for. If you're a soloist, you'd hold it for as long as you want. In a choir, I'm like the performer in that sense because I'm conducting and I would have you hold the note for as long as I wanted and then we would keep going on. So a fermata has you hold a note or rest for an unspecified amount of time, and that is what you want, how long the performer wants to hold it for. All right, a measure is a segment of time that holds a specific number of beats. Remember, when we talk about measure, we're talking about the space between these two lines. Okay, the up and down ones. Between the lines is the measure. And it holds a specific number of beats. Now, the line itself, the up and down line, is called a bar line. And that separates the measures and makes music easier to read. That is a bar line. So I'll go back. The space between is a measure. The line itself that divides the measures up into measures is a bar line. All right, stay with me. Next, we've got a repeat sign, and a repeat sign is pretty self-explanatory. It tells you to repeat. It tells you to go back and repeat this section again. That is a repeat sign. Next, we have a time signature. Now, your assignment today asks you about the top and the bottom number of the time signature, so I want to talk about those more in depth today. A time signature by itself, the whole thing, tells you how much time each measure has. Well, time in music is divided up into two things. It's divided up into how many beats there are, and then what gets the beat. How do you know what the beat is? And a time signature tells you that. So the top number, this is very important for your assignment. The top number tells you how many beats are in the measure. So in this measure, there's 4 beats in that measure. The bottom note tells you what type of note gets the beat. So I like to say, some of you have already heard me say this before, the top number is how many beats are in the measure? Okay, how many beats are in the measure? That's easy one to know. The bottom one is what kind of note gets the beat? So at home, echo after me. What kind of note gets the beat? Good, that is the bottom number. So remember, the top number is how many beats there are, 4 beats. The bottom number is what kind of note gets the beat. And the 4 means a quarter note. I'm not gonna ask you about that. 4 means quarter note, which means there would be 4 quarter note worths of beats in a measure. Again, you're not gonna need to know like what the 4 means for the bottom number, but you need to know that the bottom number represents what kind of note gets the beat. Top number, how many beats are in a measure. All right, if you need to listen to that again, you might just want to rewind and listen again. All right, we have dynamics, and dynamic is a vocabulary term, not a symbol, but it means how loud or soft a piece of music should be played. So let's talk about dynamics. Let's add some symbols to this term. First, we have a lowercase cursive p looking thing, and that is called a piano. This is called piano, and it means to sing or play softly. So there's no getting loud, there's no getting soft, it's just you're soft. Piano means you sing soft. The opposite of that is forte, which means sing loud, sing or play loudly. So again, there's no changing of your dynamic here, you're just singing loud. Next, we have a crescendo, and this is where the changes start to happen. A crescendo means you gradually, which means slowly, gradually sing or play louder. So you're gonna slowly go from soft to loud. So I'm talking really soft and I'm getting louder and I'm getting louder and I'm getting louder and I'm getting louder. That's a crescendo, but you'd be singing. The opposite is a decrescendo. So if I'm talking really loud and I gradually get slower or softer and softer, I just butchered that, I'm gonna try it again. If I'm talking really loud and I gradually get slower and I'm talking slow, I'm talking slow, I'm talking slow. Or, oh my gosh, I just did it again, didn't I? Geez, Miss Mueller. I meant soft, talking soft, singing soft. So this isn't about like fast or slow. The only thing it's talking about fast or slow is that it's slowly from loud to soft. Okay, slowly from loud to soft. I just made that a lot more complicated than it needs to be, but I think you all know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to move on. No, this is the last one. Okay, so let's review these again real quick. Piano, sing soft. Forte, sing loud. Crescendo, gradually sing louder. So start slow, start soft, get loud. Decrescendo is the opposite. Start loud and gradually get soft. Okay, so you have an assignment on this. If you need to rewatch this video, go ahead, watch it as many times as you need. And then your assignment is down below. You're gonna have a multiple choice assignment on 10 of those symbols, telling me what those symbols do in music. Good luck. If you need anything, let me know and have fun. See you later.